Toastmasters, distinguished guests, friends, a very good evening.
Good evening.
I struggled for 2 months to decide what to talk today. A Toastmaster one day told me, unfortunately he's coming a little late, he's a DTM today. He told me, Ray, prepare your speeches in advance, even though you're not delivering them. So I had to talk about something inspirational. So I decided to talk about myself. I couldn't just come and say, I'm going to talk about Raymond, because I did that in CC10. So I had to change it. I called it OneSelf Squared. They say that power raised to the power of 2. But I say it's the power for 2. Let me explain why. So what is OneSelf Squared? My project says I have to come up with certain quotes and something what people say, but I felt this is my journey in life. I made my own quotes. Basically, it is the power to help yourself twice so that you can help yourself and help the person next to you. Let me give you an example. If you are walking down the road and you fall down, you get injured at your knee, it's bleeding. You rush to the doctor, get yourself treated, you're happy that it's not severe, and you go home and move on with life. But when you have OneSelf Squared, the concept of this, you would go back to that place. Why did you fall down? Was there a wire jutting out? So you go and repair it so that you don't fall again and you don't let your people fall again. So this is a concept, as a simple example. Why did I come up with OneSelf Squared? For me, growing up as a kid was very tough, extremely tough. I believe all of us have gone through difficulties in life. And to prepare the speech, one of my inspirations is Toastmaster Ola. Because when she gave her storytelling contest, she spoke about her passion, about a certain difficulty in life. It inspired me too. When I was growing up, I faced challenges which I felt were beyond something that I could fix. Let's talk about a few of them. There's a lot of them. These are my challenges that I learned to overcome. Point number 1, I was a victim of child sexual abuse from family members, sadly. It took me a long time to come out of it. I was a very reserved person. In fact, Toastmasters is helping me come out. I was involved in the Gulf War in Kuwait, where I had a soldier lift me up and have a gun on my head. And at that moment I found it exciting. Hey, I have a gun on my head. I was actually laughing. That's what the people told me. Because I met them after when I came back. The people who actually saved me from that incident. He said, as a kid you were laughing. And if I look at that incident now, probably I wouldn't be here if he pulled the trigger. I had a great depression from 2012 to 2016 because businesses that I was running fell apart because greed came in and some of our partners decided to cash in on the capital. So things started falling apart one by one. And I was almost on my knees. I didn't have anybody to go to. No friends, family was like, in India, one thing, some of the villages where I come from, they say, if you're in trouble, you need to come out by yourself. So I struggled and I gave it a thought. What did I do? My story does not end with failure. My story has to have something. Everybody has success and they are winning lotteries and enjoying life, and I'm struggling one after the other. So I said, what should I do with my failures? Should I just suffer and let it be? Or should I do something about it? I decided to work with each failure. I wanted to understand. I wrote down all my problems in life and I started to work one by one. Initially I just fixed it myself and I fell back into it. I fixed another problem and I fell back into it. So I said, no. Let me fix myself and let me help someone who's going through the same problem. So let me try what I did. When I mentioned that I was a victim of sexual abuse, I decided to go for counseling at the age of 18, years after it happened. So I went for counseling, and then I realized that I need to do something for society. OneSelf Squared. I fixed the issue for myself, and I started working with HIV orphans. Children who had no parents and no guardians to take care of them, and they were left at convents or NGOs. So I had a team, my own company. I gathered them and I said, let's work with HIV children. Not only work, but give them a future. We got them careers, we got them jobs. In fact, a little kid came to me and said, can I be an actor? I told her, you can be whatever you want. And today she's working towards that goal. I started working with an NGO called Human Touch in Goa, which take care of HIV children, which take care of youth affairs. And that brought me peace. It brought me something more that I couldn't get from anywhere. I went to counselor, doctors, they're like, do this and study and practice. But then I got peace. When I had my companies fall apart, I had financial issues. I had around 30 staff working for me and I had to pay salaries. So I struggled with that for a long time, until I sorted every bit of it. And I said, there could be other people struggling with finance. So I joined a website called kiva.org. I don't know if some of you know about it, where you can give micro loans to people worldwide. And I've been doing that for the last 10 years. I gave out loans with no interest, as long as they could take. And I catered to people all over the world. If you want to look at statistics, I mentioned the lender statistics down. And I focused on agriculture, education, self-employment, and emergency. In fact, just 2 months back, a person came to me and said, Ray, I need help. I said, what happened? I have a big problem at my home. He comes from a very poor background, and he told me, Ray, my sister just sold her kid. Why? Because they don't have money. So what are you doing about it? We need 100 KD to pay to get our child back. And luckily I just got 100 KD from someone who had to pay me. Yeah, I'm going to celebrate conveniently. But I said, take this and bring your kid back. And the kid was just 4 days old. So I am happy that I was instrumental to save that family because of problems that I faced in the past. And today, actually tomorrow, he's going to give it back. It took him 4 months, but I'm happy. I told him, take your time. I hunted as a kid to learn skills. Many of you know me as a graphic designer. I come up with posters, but I learned that with great difficulty. I used to hide away from home and run and learn art because I couldn't afford it. But today, you see me wearing that crazy thing on top. I teach children, kids, art, craft, just because I feel happier with this. They said us a story which keeps going around on Facebook. And I was crying for shoes until I saw a man with no legs. Well, I settled my personal needs and desire until I saw a man with no feet. So what did I do? I spoke to a couple of friends and we got him 3 legs. How? We got him a motorcycle with 3 wheels. We got him a job so he can live his life. Because he was facing difficulty, he was planning to sell one of his kidney so that he could earn a living. He said no. OneSelf Squared. Help yourself and help others. I started a paintball business in Goa. How many of you know paintball? Wow. In Goa we have old age home where elderly people are left there to be taken care of. We decided to take our guns to the old people and they were like, oh my God, you have guns. Yes, please, I want you to do some, no guns. And we made them play with guns till it reached a point and no, don't go away, we want to shoot more. They were so happy and the comments I got was, Ray, you made them young again. OneSelf Squared. Many of you who are on my Facebook keeps watching me post pictures of plants and so many other things. I love plants. I wanted to grow plants But then I took it further. I saved an entire forest at my village from being cut by the government. I raised an agitation, all those sitting in Kuwait, through Facebook, contacted media, because you have to do one step more. Never stop working on yourself, because once you improve yourself, you can help the other. Looking back at time, that was me when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. Have I conquered my challenges? I should say yes. I'm a challenger. I'm in Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters. I have definitely conquered my challenges. OneSelf Squared, the power for two. Over to you, sir.